Hello everyone, my name is Mini Sethi. I hope you all are staying healthy. Today we are going to talk about meaning, features, types and process of collective bargaining. So what is collective bargaining? Collective bargaining is the process in which representatives of labor and representatives of employer negotiate with each other. Collective bargaining is a process in which representatives of labor and representatives of employer negotiate with each other, and they can negotiate about wages, they can negotiate about working condition, working hour and for any other benefits. Now we will see features of collective bargaining. First is continuous process. Collective bargaining is not a one-time task. This is continuous process. Through collective bargaining, organization continues try to maintain healthy relationship between labor and management. Next is group action. Collective bargaining is group action. In collective bargaining include group of labor and group of employers. Third is it is a bipartite process. Bipartite process means in collective bargaining only include two parties. There is no intervention of any another third party. Next feature is flexible process. Collective bargaining is flexible process. That means in collective bargaining, parties cannot stuck on one thing. They have to adopt a flexible attitude. They have to do some compromise. Next is it is process. Collective bargaining includes some series of actions, or we can say that collective bargaining includes some steps. Last is it is dynamic. Collective bargaining is changing throughout our time. Many years ago, it was more emotional and sentimental, but now collective bargaining is scientific and systematic. Now we will see types of collective bargaining. First type is conjunctive, or we can say the distributive bargaining. Conjunctive or distributive bargaining means when both parties want to gain at the loss of other party. Conjunctive or distributive bargaining means when both parties want to gain at the loss of other party. Or we can say that in this type of bargaining, each party try to maximize their own gain without thinking about loss of other party. For example, labor representative want to get a maximum wage, but employer representative want to give as little as possible. Next type is cooperative, or we can say that integrative bargaining. In this type of bargaining, parties work together and find a solution that can beneficial for both parties. In this type of bargaining, parties work together and find a solution that can beneficial for both parties. For example, we do integrative bargaining when dispute is related to technology. Obviously, when technology will improve, or we can say that this dispute will resolve, both parties can take benefit from this. For example, labor can easily produce with improved technology, or employer can get a good quality product at lower cost. Next type is productivity bargaining. In this type of bargaining, main focus is on productivity. In this type of bargaining, main focus is on productivity. Here, through negotiation, one standard of productivity is finalized. If labor exceed this standard, then they will receive bonus, or we can say that then they will receive substantial benefit. So we can say that in productivity bargaining, main focus is on productivity, and employer give additional bonus to employees if they will increase their productivity. Next type of bargaining is composite bargaining. Composite bargaining covers so many issues of labor. That's why in this bargaining, along with the demand for increased wages, workers also express their concern for working condition, training policies, recruitment policies, and other so many issues. Or we can say that in composite bargaining, workers not only demand for increase their wages, but also they ask employer to improve their working condition, to improve their training policies, to improve their recruitment policies, etc. Now we are going to talk about process of collective bargaining. Process of collective bargaining includes so many steps. First step is preparing for negotiation. Here we prepare our negotiation team. And negotiation team include member of both parties. member of Labour Party and member of Employer Party. And members should be skilled and knowledgeable. And in this stage, we also identify our problem and collect information related to problem. Next step is discuss. Here we decide basic, or we can say the ground rule for negotiation. And these rules provide guideline for negotiation. And in this stage, we also decide time and place for negotiation. Next step is propose. Now leader negotiators start conversation. Now leader negotiators start conversation. After that, both parties present their demand. For example, labor demand for high wage rate and employer demand for high productivity. This session also called brainstorming, because now parties are giving their opinions and idea. Sometimes it's lead to argument when other party oppose your idea. Next step is bargain. Now actually bargaining will start. Now actually bargaining will start. For example, labor representative will say increase our wage rate by 10%. But employer representative will say no, we will increase only 9% or 8%. Means this type of discussion is going. And bargaining can go for many days until they reach at final agreement. Next step is settlement. In this stage, both parties agree on common solution and they will make one agreement. Last step is formalized agreement. After settlement, formal document will prepare and which is signed by both parties. So this is all about meaning, features, types and process of collective bargaining. I think you got it, and thank you so much for watching this video. Bye, take care.